It's a record equalling 7th Investec Derby for Aidan O'Brien. And just looking at you and the family you got up there when you were receiving the award, it seems to just mean as much as ever to you, Aidan. Well done.
It's very special, Tom. We feel so privileged to be working with so many people, to be part of everyone in Coolmore, Ballydile, for John and Sue and Michael and Doreen and Gay and Derek. And all their families. Like, I can't tell you really how privileged we are. There's so many people put so much in from ever before the foals are conceived all the way up along to get to this stage, and all the horses are born, bred and reared to be here in Epsom, and for us we're so lucky that and John considers this to be the holy grail, the test of the thoroughbred breed, because they have to pass all the tests here. They have to stay, they have to have agility, they have to mentally, they have to be able to adapt to different scenarios. Their mind has to be very strong. So and to come here, and like, we come here every year with like some really well-bred horses and physicals and pedigree wise, and it's so tough. Like, we had a line of horses down along the straight today, and we still weren't in second, you know. So Kevin's horse ran an unbelievable race. He had him in unbelievable shape, and if we didn't run the winner, we wouldn't have won the race, you know. So so privileged really, and grateful to everyone.
And your winner, Anthony Van Dyck, he came up the inside. We had a few winners come up the inside yesterday. You had a couple come down the outside who just got touched off. Did you just sort of, you reload, you come back today hopeful?
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously we saw yesterday the horses ran great races, but the two of them finished second. Listen, it's you do your best, and then you hope that all the ducks will come in a row for you. Like, obviously Sheamus gave him a brilliant ride. He challenged down the inside. Andrew's in charge of him, did a great job with him. Sir John, Sumi, who led him up, Wayne, who rides him work. So it's a big team effort, and they all we walked the track, and we spoke about whether we come down the outside or the inside, and it was really the way the race was going to fall. But Sheamus knew that winners had come down the rail yesterday. All the ones that challenged wide got beat yesterday, you know, and it's not always that way at Epsom, and you don't know whether it's circumstances or whatever, but the ground looked very safe and level all the way across the track. So listen, it was great to have work for us today.
And what does it mean to you, Aidan, on a personal level, given it's Sheamus that has ridden this winner, given the work that he has put into your team at home? He's gone close before, twice he's finished second in this race.
Yeah, Sheamus works very hard. We know each other a long time, and he's been a big part of the team a long time, so we're delighted for him. Like he knows how tough it is. He's placed in it a good few times. He knows how tough it is first to get on the right horse, and then to get on the right horse, and then to try and win it. But always, just because you think you're on the right horses doesn't mean it happens. Like, when you go out in those races, lots of different circumstances present themselves, and like, you can make the right decision or the wrong decision, and then you can make a decision and it can look to be the right decision at the end, and you can make the wrong decision and then it look to be the right decision. So listen, it's all about who passes that finishing post in front, and I'm delighted for Sheamus that was him today. I'm delighted for the lads that they have another very, very, very special horse that danced every step last year as a 2-year-old. He travelled the world and came back, and this is only his second run this year. We always felt the minute he would step up into middle distance that we were going to see the best of him, and he's out of a very good Australian fast mare, so and obviously by Galileo. So listen, he's a horse really to look forward to, Tom.
Where was he at Lingfield with regard to where you wanted him? How much of a step forward did he have to take to win this?
Yeah, Ryan was very happy with him in Lingfield. Patrick rides him work, rides him in his canters at home, was delighted with him coming here today. We knew that he was just ready to start in Lingfield. He had a little setback probably 5 or 6 weeks before Lingfield, so he was just ready to start, but we felt that to come here he had to go to Lingfield. Ryan was very impressed with him, and he was very close to picking him and riding him today, but obviously when Sir Dragonaut was going to be declared, he couldn't but ride him, but he did move up from Lingfield, and we always thought and hoped that he would, and obviously he showed today that he did.
Is the Irish Derby the obvious step for an Investec Derby winner?
I would think so. Like, we'll see how he is, and what happens is always we see how the horse is. The lads go home and they have a good chat amongst themselves, and then they decide what they're going to do. They ask us what we think of the horse and what condition he's in, and then they make the decision. But I would imagine, listen, we have the track in Ireland now, and we have the new facilities to stand. Everyone has to come and see it to believe it, but we're in a very privileged position to have a horse to be able to compete, hopefully in that race, if the lads decide that is the path for him to go.
And I asked you about Galileo before the race. He doesn't know his side another Derby winner, but he has. It is phenomenal, Aidan.
Yeah, listen, obviously you can see from for the last 20 years or however long he's at stud, his influence is just incredible, and it's in the fillies as well as the coals, and it's not a thing you can see from the outside. It's an inwardly thing, that a mental thing. Like, they do not know when to give up. They're tough. You go far enough with them, they will win. Some of them you can train them hard to be short. Like, he's just most incredible horse. He ticks all the boxes. He passes all the tests. Like, anything from 6 furlongs up along, they will do anything, and they'll take training, and they will never go back from it. What is very unusual, some horses, when you train them hard, they wilt and disappear, but Galileos don't. They stand up and they say, like, give me more. You know, it's a mental trait that you can't see from the outside, but it's inwardly, it's ingrained into them all. And what's the really exciting thing, he's putting it in his mares, are putting it into their foals from whatever stallion they're going to, and like, obviously we know what their stallion, what their coals do. So no, we're very lucky and privileged to be training so many of them for the lads, really.
I'd like to thank you for staying around over an hour after the finish of the race to talk to us and everyone, and many congratulations.
But thanks very much, Tom. Appreciate it.